there is more to acting than herogiri. I'm with an actor who, through his acting mettle, his acting prowess, is proving this statement to be truer and truer with each film. I'm with Rajkummar Rao. Rajkummar, thank you so much for making time for us in Toronto at Filmicafe.
Thank you for having me. Having a great time being here. Lovely weather, fantastic food, and beautiful people out here.
You resolved very early on, I believe in grade 7 or 8, that acting was it.
Yeah.
No plan B.
No plan B.
How has it been so far? Has it been everything that you dreamt of, hoped for?
I think more than that. I feel very fortunate that, let me hold it for you. I feel very fortunate that God has been so kind to me. I know there are many people out there who have the same dream, who think of becoming an actor, and a lot of people couldn't do it or can't do it. But I think I'm very thankful to everyone who thought that, I have it in me and I could, and they gave me such exciting parts and made me part of such exciting films.
Mm-hmm. Now, initially, we'll do a little bit of back and forth. But initially, you were rejected for all sorts of hilarious and ridiculous reasons. How did you process that initial rejection?
I think it's part of the process. I was always very positive. More than me, my family was very positive about me making it in the industry or about me getting a chance in films. But I think that's just part of the journey. Always, it's not like you would go there on the first job and you would just get it. I think then there's no point of having tasting the success.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can only realize the importance of it once you go through this journey.
Right.
And I'm happy that people thought that my eyebrows were not right for some part or I was not fair enough. Probably then the journey would have been different.
Right. Now, every actor has their own method in terms of enacting a real character, getting into the skin of their character. How did you yourself approach the role that you play in Aligarh, which was of a journalist, Deepu Sebastian? So how did you get into his skin? How did you approach him?
It's based on this real-life guy, Deepu Sebastian. There is a Deepu Sebastian in this world. So I spoke to him over the phone a couple of times. I couldn't meet him. But then there was a lot of material in the script as well. So there was a thorough research behind the script. But I managed to talk to him a couple of times, and he was kind enough to give me a lot of his research materials, a lot of his recordings of his interviews, which gave me an access to the whole world of journalism, that how you portray and how you get into it sometimes when you're not allowed to, you're not supposed to be at some place, but you're still there recording it quietly, nobody knowing it. So I could get access to a lot of information through him. And then I just wanted to know his whole take on the case, because he was deeply involved. He was closely involved with during the whole case. So he was very open about it. And then once we are on set with me and Hansal sir, it's very organic. We really don't plan our actions or reactions, so we don't rehearse too much. Whatever comes in the moment, we try and capture that.
Now, this is, of course, your third collaboration with Hansal Mehta. You've done Shahid.
In this birth here,
yeah, in this birth. Usse pehle bhi bahut kaam kiya hua hai, but you've done Shahid, you've done City Lights, and now this film, Aligarh. What is it about him or your interaction with him as actor-director? What do you think he brings out in you as an actor?
I think, first of all, he gives me these really exciting and challenging parts to portray. There's something which you'll see really soon after Aligarh as well. I think he challenges me as an actor. He pushes me out of my boundaries. And then also he understands me. He understands me really well as an actor, also as a person. When we don't need too many words to communicate when we are on set. I exactly know what he wants. He's always there to guide me. But I think that's the fun of the process. When that actor-director relationship is, I think, one of the most fragile and most beautiful relationship on set. It's like lovers. You have to understand each other really well. Only then it will work out.
Yeah. Now, you referred to you'll be seeing more of your collaboration on camera. Are you referring to Simran? Is that the film that you guys are working on next?
No, I'm not referring to Simran. There's something else which we'll be talking about pretty soon.
Okay. So Simran, you're not a part of.
That's something which, if he'll ask me to do it, I'll do it, of course, for him. Okay. But Simran is Kangna's film. It's I would say Simran is Kangna's Shahid with Hansal Mehta.
Excellent. How did doing Aligarh, coming back to the film that is premiering at MESAF, How did doing Aligarh affect you personally? Did it leave an impression on you as a
First of all, I could realize the importance of being a journalist. I think it's a really responsible job because I think whatever you guys write or talk about is something which millions and billions of people read and they make their own judgment just with that story or with that article. So I think you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And second, I could totally understand the pain and loneliness of someone who has a different sexual orientation and who is not accepted in a society, unfortunately. I could totally understand his pain. The way Manoj sir has portrayed this character, he made it come alive for me on set.
You're talking about the pain of somebody in a culture, in a society like India, where they may not necessarily be free to be who they are. But how do you make sense of it, Rajkummar, where we have two sides of our legal system? One says that you have the right of privacy, and the other says that no, the section 377, which is part of the penal code now, is now going through superior and higher. How do you make sense of that conflict as first as a human being, and then when you're playing that character on screen?
Yeah, see, that's weird. That I think you said it yourself. It's weird. You say that you have your right to privacy, but then somebody barges into your bedroom and records you, like shoots you doing your intimate scene or whatever, your personal thing which you're doing in your bedroom without disturbing anyone. So I think, but as you said, we are really hopeful now that this 377, which is a Victorian law, which Britishers gave it to us, they have gone back, they have deleted it from their laws, but we are still stuck. I don't know why, and we are hopeful now that Supreme Court has referred it to a 6-judge bench, and there'll be something positive will come out of it.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully, yes.
This film is a part of that conversation, and it's a part of taking that conversation out of bedrooms and bringing it into the public discourse. That's another thing that you've done over your career is you've tried to balance commercial cinema, realistic cinema. How tricky has it been doing that balancing act?
Well, my agent, he keeps telling me that you should do some commercial films now. I don't understand. Honestly, I really don't know what is commercial cinema or what is realistic cinema. For me, a Kai Poche is as commercial as City Lights or as Shahid. Like a Queen is. I think for me, what I understand is if your film has songs and really a lot of songs in it, then people call it a commercial film. So I think Kai Poche has a lot of songs, so I think it's a commercial film. So I don't mind doing a lot of Kai Poches, I don't mind being part of so many queens. Just that a script should match my sensibilities, or it should do something to me as an actor that I feel like giving 2 months or 3 months of my life to it. Otherwise, it's just waste.
You talked about Kai Poche. Recently reunited with the Kai Poche boys. There's Sushant, there's Amit. Amit's done Sultan, which has done really well, and Sushant has done PK. How do you feel about their journeys when you're viewing them as a friend and
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for both of them. I think both of them are immensely talented and doing great work. And it really happens that a film which has 3 boys and all 3 find their own journeys and try and break that image and try and get survive in the same industry. I'm very happy that Sushant and Amit they are doing fantastic work.
Is a Kai Poche sequel in the offering? That's what happens in Bollywood. एक बार एक चीज hit हो जाती है फिर उसकी बस sequels बनाते रहते हैं.
Well, for that I think first Chetan Bhagat has to write something. He has to write probably 4th mistake of my life, and then Govind will realize one day, I've made one more mistake which I didn't talk about. So it's time that I should talk about it. Only then.
So another pivotal player in Kai Poche is Mukesh Chhabra. He's the casting director of the film. He cast all 3 of you for the lead parts. There's a recent change and evolution in Bollywood, in the industry, in the Indian film industry, where actors are being cast for parts and casting directors are playing a huge role in that. So what do you feel about the trend?
I think it's a great sign. It's a step towards, I think, towards a better cinema. I think, and I'm really glad that people are taking this department really seriously now. And I'm very happy and very thankful to all these casting directors. I think the actors like me who come from outside and don't know anyone here, I think these are the only people you can go and meet and audition for different films or different directors. Because it's very tough to go and meet directors or producers personally. Nobody has that much time to meet 1,000 people in a day. So I'm thankful to all these people, including Mukesh, who casted me in Kai Poche, and Atul Mongia, who actually gave me my debut film, LSD Love Sector Dhoka. So I think it's a great sign that people are there and good, I would say, really, really good thing for actors like me. Yeah.
Now, the film that really made people stand up, sit up, and take notice of you was Shahid, which premiered here in Toronto a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Now, Shahid got you a national award for Best Actor, but did that bring on a monumental change in the perception of the audience or the industry? What type of change did it bring in your life, winning that national award?
Yeah, I think it's the biggest award in our country, for sure. I never thought actually, I would win an award at such an early stage of my career, and I couldn't even believe it when people told me that you have won it. I didn't realize the importance of it. Till next year when somebody else won it, and how everybody made such a big deal out of it. That time I could realize, it's actually quite huge. It's something people celebrate in our country. But of course, I'm very kind. I'm very thankful to God. He's been really kind, and my family, my friends, they feel extremely happy about it. And apart from that, nothing changes.
Now, one of the consistent, I think, veins in almost every review, every film that you're a part of, right from LSD to, City Lights to Shahid, the consistent vein is Rajkummar Rao is reliably terrific. So does that make it difficult to surpass expectations or surprise audiences when you're expected to be, he's going to be amazing? So how then do you surprise audiences?
By pushing yourself. By doing different work, by playing different characters, and not to get bored of yourself, because if you'll keep doing the same thing in every film, I'll get really bored of myself. I can't see myself doing the same thing in every film. That's the reason the last couple of films that I've finished, you'll see a different side of me in each of those films. But of course, I don't want to feel pressurized because of anything. When I go on set, I want to feel really relaxed and just want to focus all my energy into that film and not thinking about I'll have to prove something to someone. I can't work like that.
Right. You've been in the industry. First film 2010. We're in 2016. You've been in the industry for 6 years now. Do you feel you've found your footing as an actor?
I think there's still a long way to go. I'm happy to be a part of all these amazing films, but I think there's still a lot more fire which needs to come out. I think there's still so much to explore as an actor.
Right. There's this, now shifting gears a little bit in terms of exploring yourself as an actor and making the choices that you do, one always tends to hear this hoopla surrounding censorship and the certification of films and, even Aligarh had the point where it ran into some issues that it was certified as being, the trailer was certified as being adult, so it couldn't reach out to maybe the mass audience that if it was given UA, it might have reached. So do you feel stifled as an actor when making cinematic choices about what film to pick because of this recent, I think, more than anything else, recent hoopla that surrounds censorship and certification? What's your take on that?
Yeah, see, that's such an irony. Like, as an artist, I don't want to feel caged because of all these things. But now that's happening. That's that horror is actually coming true. Now when I do a scene and there's something really intimate or something really violent, this thought actually crosses my mind that we are doing it, but will it pass the censors? Which is so sad, which is very unfortunate. As an actor, I don't want to feel all these things. I don't want to think about these things. But now it's actually coming true. And I hope, these things, somebody has to do something about it. See what happened with Urta Punjab. They eventually had to go to court and get the clearance and get the certificate. So I hope people think openly about it, and people think with a larger perspective, and not just one person's thought for 130 crore people of our country.
Yeah. Do you think actors in the industry is just taken for a ride because they're easy targets? Like, in the sense of, if a film runs into issues with regards to content, whether it's Aligarh, whether we're talking about Urta Punjab, at whatever stage, because of actors being in the public eye or filmmakers being in the public eye and cinema being such an open medium, that it's just a soft target for many?
In a way, yes, because people want to hear stories about celebrities. They want to know what's happening in their life, and when someone says something like an actor or a sports person, people can make issue out of it because there's a larger audience attached to him or her. But I think all this hoopla around censorship, and I don't think it's personal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because of any personal hatred or personal anger against a person that people are doing it. I think it's just somebody's philosophy towards the whole culture issue, and somebody thinks that this is against our culture, or this might hamper someone's religious sentiments. I think that's the problem. I think people should let people decide what they want to watch. Nobody is forcing anybody to go to the cinema hall, and everything is available on the net. I read, you open a newspaper, there's a column given to sex, there's a column given to questions related to sex, where they talk openly about everything: vagina, penis, intercourse, masturbation. You think children are not reading it? You think we should ban that as well? Then what will you do? You can't just talk, write, make anything if everything is a problem. I think we're in 21st century now. We are all adults, we're all grown-ups. We can decide for ourselves. So what do we want to watch, and what do we don't want to watch? I think we don't need anybody's... and anyways, it's not a censor board. Right. It's a board of certification. So I think we should just certify the films and then let the audience decide what do they want to watch.
Talking about yourself, if you were an audience, you took a seat back and you looked at your own journey, the gentleman, the young guy from Delhi who wanted to change his name to Raj Malhotra at one point in time because of DDLJ.
Yeah.
And as an audience, if you view your own career graph and your own journey, how do you look upon it?
Oh, I never thought like that, actually.
So if I paid a ticket and I went to watch the 6 years of Rajkummar Rao in Indian cinema, how would you feel about it?
I feel very happy that I was the part of that changing process of Indian cinema. Like my debut film was the first digital film of our country, first digital feature film of our country, and it did so well. Yeah. And I came into at the time when these filmmakers, Dibakar, Anurag, Hansal Mehta, they were making exciting film. They were writers who were writing really amazing characters for actors. So I feel very fortunate that I was part of that process, that beautiful changing process of our industry.
Yeah. So it's been a good journey so far.
It's been a good journey so far, minus few bumps here and there, but yeah.
Do we want to talk about the bumps? Usko censor karne, usko cut karne.
Yeah, we should censor such things.
Censor out the bumps. What's the next chapter for you? Can you talk to us about what films
of course.
are in the works?
I've finished shooting for Vikram Motwani's next film, which is right now called nothing. We're looking for a title, actually. But it's a really exciting film. I'm really excited about it. Yeah. It's mostly this one actor in the film, which is me. It was quite orgasmic as an actor, to be a part of that film. There's another film called Newton, which is a black comedy directed by Amit Masurkar, who made Suleimani Kira before this. And then, as I said, there's something which me and Hansal sir will be talking about it.
Fully.
Yeah.
Although that
talking about it soon.
The tagline of Aligarh is open up, right?
Come out.
Yeah, so he's not coming out with this one yet.
I'm not allowed.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
For making time for us at Filmicafe.
Pleasure.
And all the best for the journey forward.
Thank you.